I'm actually part of the South Central Pennsylvania Medical Reserve Corps as a volunteer. I was involved in mass vaccinations in the thick of the pandemic and continue to volunteer with that. I'm on the board of the Pennsylvania Division of the American Trauma Society. They're an injury prevention organization. American Red Cross, they teach vital first aid. They are a fantastic partner, any of these organizations with your clubs.
Excuse me.
Yes.
We were supposed to have.
As part of my pay job, I'm on many.
We're asking.
So women comprise 28% of our membership. We could certainly do better with bringing women in. So that'll be a conversation about that. Maybe different cultures. You know, we've got some different nationalities that are coming into our communities. How do we engage with groups we haven't done before? So our first meeting is the first Monday in August. I will be putting out a meeting invitation within the Rotary Reporter and also via email for any clubs that are interested. Public image. So I'm excited by the fact that we have 2 owners in our public image committee, both women that have their own public relations firm that are committed to elevating our public image. That committee also has my brother-in-law, Chris, who actually lives in Maryland and is a whiz and with doing videos. So as I do visits to each club, if there are any volunteers here who would like to do a video after this meeting, I would like you to talk about, you know, your name, the name of your club, how long you've been a Rotarian, who or what brought you to Rotary, what has kept you in Rotary, and any brags about your club. So these 2-minute videos, short and sweet, will be used to promote Rotary within our community. They'll be used solo, and I'll be tagging your clubs to say, you know, that this person represents your club, but we will also be merging these videos together to produce a longer kind of video that will help the community understand Rotary and why they should join. As far as various social media sites, Facebook is the most common. Before I join a meeting and visit all of you, I look for your Facebook pages. I'm committed to reposting any sort of fundraisers or events that you have on Facebook. We also want to extend that reach to Instagram. So from what I hear among the youth, Facebook is old news. Instagram is the way to go. Luckily, Facebook enables you to duplicate your posts and move them right into an Instagram account. So we are building an Instagram account for the district, and that way we can have media on both sites. We also have a YouTube account, so anything video related will go on that YouTube account. I mentioned the Service Above Self meetup site. And there's also a blog. So I'm going to be putting out more frequent blog posts, and I'd like to do some member highlights. If you've got we're all interesting as members, but if you have a member that you really like to spotlight, whether it's a veteran Rotarian who you're really proud of within your club, or you yourself want to volunteer to be part of a member spotlight on our blog, I can feature you in a video and also as an article. So feel free to think about that. Partnerships. So I did mention my passion for hospitals and health systems, but I'm sure all of you belong to groups more than Rotary. So just think about how you can invite those members into your service project to really expand knowledge of Rotary throughout your community. Here's my Stop the Bleed partners that I've already developed to get the word out, or a paper tool. And there's a lot of resources on the My Rotary website that help you do these kinds of assessments. So some of the things to really promote that reach and diversity, we will be having what's called Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee to look at what are some groups of people that aren't really fully represented within our club. So for example,
Young men.
Interesting to see in an article that just came out that although we're really focused on numbers, and it can be a little depressing to see our numbers going down, Rotary International's leadership wants to focus us more on engagement than the numbers. As long as we've got good engaged members within our clubs, that's the most important thing. And to prevent those members from leaving us as quickly as new members are coming in. And then adaptability. I mean, we've all had to adapt with this pandemic. Hopefully we've learned some things in the process and should carry those on. Because certainly technology is one of them, and our young people, and even those who are sick and hospitalized, can't get out, do value technology. We can try to keep it up in some fashion. So, increasing our impact. We've got 7 focus areas now, so there's a passion for everyone. I'm sure everyone's got an interest somewhere in these 7 focus areas. Rotary International really wants to evaluate better and quantify better our impact throughout the world. So right now, if you go onto social media, you'll see Jennifer Jones is doing an impact tour through Canada, and its sole purpose is to really put out in the media the impact of Rotary, to get us visibility and to bring forward some strong partners. We've got Rotary clubs in more countries than are represented in the United Nations right now, over 200 countries. Yeah, that's amazing. And at the Rotary International Convention, although we're feeling like in the United States, and it's true, our numbers are declining, throughout the rest of the world, we've actually seen an uptick in the number of Rotarians. India, greatly increasing numbers in India and some of the countries throughout the world. So that's great news. But we've been through a tough time, and we need to re-energize and really imagine Rotary in different ways. So impact, let's make sure we're putting the impact of what we're doing out there in the media. Hopefully you've got some sort of social media page, whether it's Facebook or any other number of ways, but get the good word out there. If you've got service activities, invite the public in. Don't just keep them within your club. You can create events within Facebook to invite people in. There's also a district meetup site called Service Above Self, and this is open to the public, and it is open to every club. So all you need to do, and this is in the Rotary Reporter, is go to the Service Above Self meetup site, click join, and you can post your own club's events. There's about 160 members in that meetup group. 2/3 are public facing, non-Rotarians. So it's a good way to invite people into service activities, fundraisers, and any other events you would like to invite them in on. As far as expanding our reach, as I mentioned, and other people are still thinking it, people sometimes think Rotary's a men's group. And I think some of that has to do with maybe the visibility even out in social media and other forums to make sure. One is increasing our impact, whether it's saving a life or any other. Were invited, they had their TV cameras. We gave the responders special award, and I ended up seeing us on the CBS News, a video segment. The video segment was picked up by the American College of Surgeons, Stop the Bleed program, and when a national speaker from the American College of Surgeons came to my paid jobs conference, all of a sudden I see my face on his PowerPoint. He picked up the video because he Googled Pennsylvania and Stop the Bleed, found the video, and they posted it on the National Stop the Bleed website as an example of a community event that Rotary participated in.
Wow.
So since that time, I've been talking with the American College of Surgeons about how do we roll this out, not even just with our district, but statewide and nationally. There is a program that RI has been promoting called Programs of Scale. It's only the second year. And what they do is give $1 $2 million grant to a program that is evidence-based, that has proven its value on a smaller scale to ramp it up on a grander scale. So I'm going to do my best with a bunch of community partners to see where we can go with it. It's probably you know, imagine Rotary and my big dream to get $2 million. I don't know if it'll come to fruition, but I'll give it a shot. Some of that money is left unspent. So we've got 42 clubs in our district. Last year, 26 clubs submitted applications for grants and used the money. This year, it's even less. So I don't know if both of your clubs are considering or have done them in the past, but please consider doing a district grant. It's very impactful. So what kind of, if you've done club grants, so what kind of projects have you done with the money? Oh, awesome. Okay.
And all of the pavilions over there.
Dictionaries for the kids in 3rd grade.
Excellent. Yeah.
Flags for our community.
Great.
You talk about people not knowing what Rotary does. When we give out the dictionaries, the Rotarians that give it out, each of them speaks about something before, you know.
Oh, that's great.
We keep it under 20 minutes.
The kids don't have a lot of attention
But when the 3rd graders are done, they know who put the flags out on the different holidays. They know where the pavilions come from. They know where the dictionaries, and so they have an idea of these Rotarians.
That's great.
Of course, now with the pandemic, the last 2 years, we only can just take the dictionaries off and drop them off. And
Right. Well, hopefully it'll change in the coming.
But at least the 3rd graders know a little bit about it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's great. So.
How long is a student of the month? Yeah. 12 years later, and they remember the picture.